Good day, everyone. I said good day. Welcome back to Wallpaper Four. In today's episode, the 28th of August, 2026, 4 players stretch across more than 4 decades. So we're going to move through this the way we always should in these videos. Chronologically, by the moment that puts each guy on today's board. And we begin in 1971 with St. Louis Blues goaltender Jim McLeod. McLeod had one of those careers where the NHL arrived pretty late. He'd spent years playing professionally in the minors, most notably in the WHL, and he'd already built himself a pretty respectable career there before St. Louis ever came calling. Then, in 1971, the Blues finally gave him his first NHL opportunity. He was 34 years old. Think about that. Most players at the age of 34 are being asked how much longer they're going to play. McLeod was just getting started in the NHL, and on November 13th, 1971, he got his moment. The Blues were playing the California Golden Seals. Yeah, McLeod allowed 1 goal as St. Louis won 5-1. After all those years below the NHL level, Jim McLeod finally had his first NHL victory, and that's today's first signature moment. Ultimately, McLeod only appeared in 16 NHL games, all of them with St. Louis. His NHL career was brief, but at least he got there. He got the sweater, he got into the crease, and on the November night in 1971, he got the win. I dig that up. I'm supposed to wear the hat. Blues. Okay. From there, we jump ahead to 1983, and one of the strangest short stays in Warriors history, Ray Richardson. And he wasn't a fringe player passing through Golden State. He'd also already been the 4th overall pick in 1978. He'd been an NBA All-Star. He led the entire league in assists and steals during the same season. And before the 82-83 season, Golden State acquired him from the Knicks in exchange for Bernard King. It's not a minor transaction. The Warriors were getting a 6'5" point guard who could pass, rebound, defend, and terrorize the lanes. But Richardson's Golden State career lasted only 33 games. And the best possible illustration of Ray Richardson as a Warrior came at the very, very end. February 5th, 1983, Golden State against San Antonio. Richardson scored 10 points. He also had 11 assists and 9 steals. Hey, Blue, for real? 9 steals in one game. Golden State wins 106-102. And that's Richardson's signature moment for today's episode. A 10-point, 11 assist, 9 steal performance. And here's the part that makes it perfect. It was his last game as a Golden State Warrior. The very next day, Golden State traded him to New Jersey in a deal that brought back Sleepy Floyd. So Richardson basically exited the franchise by producing one of the wildest defensive box score lines of his or anyone's career. 9 steals. 9. Thanks for everything. You're traded tomorrow. So next we move on to the 1990 Astros and Casey Candaele. Candaele was built for usefulness. He wasn't a large guy. He wasn't a slugger. He wasn't somebody around whom a franchise is going to build its marketing campaign. But he was somebody a manager could put almost anywhere. Second base, shortstop, third base, outfield. Give Casey Candaele a glove and point. Yeah, Houston acquired him from Montreal in 1988, and by 1990 and 1991, he'd become a significant part of Houston's roster. He hit .286 in 1990, then played 151 games the following season. And he's also got one of the coolest family stories in the history of baseball. His mother was Helen Callahan. She was a star in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. You remember League of Their Own? Yeah, that one. She won a batting title and stole more than 100 bases in more than one season. So professional baseball wasn't just something Casey Candaele stumbled into. It was part of the family lineage. So his signature moment for us comes on June 11th, 1990, Astrodome. Astros, Dodgers. Tied 3-3 in the seventh. Candaele comes to the plate and it's a 2-run home run. What's up, D. Thomas from NC? Houston goes ahead 5-3 and wins by that score. And here's why I like that particular moment for him. Power wasn't his game. That homer was just the third of his major league career. So, of course, today's Candaele moment isn't a routine single or a nice defensive play. It's Casey Candaele unexpectedly going deep in a tie game and winning it for the Astros. Finally, we jump all the way to 2014, Colin Cole, Carolina Panthers. Cole's Panther story is a career I like because by the time Carolina signed him, his NFL career looked finished. He played for Green Bay and Seattle, then injuries took over. He didn't play an NFL game in 2011 or 2012. 2 entire seasons gone. But then Carolina signed him in 2013. Cole was already in his 30s. He was a massive defensive tackle. And after 2 years away from regular season football, he didn't just make it back onto the NFL field. He became a starter on one of the best defenses in football. That 2013 Panthers defense was loaded. Greg Hardy, Charles Johnson, Star Lotel Louis, K'Wan Short, Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis. Cole wasn't the only flashy piece. He was just the giant dude in the middle doing the ugly work. So he returned in 2014, and his signature moment came on December 7th, 2014, in New Orleans. That one matters because Carolina's season appeared just dead, DOA. They entered this game 3-8-1. They hadn't won in several weeks. Then, on the Saints' second offensive play, Josh Norman knocked the ball loose from Mark Ingram, and Colin Cole recovered it. So Carolina takes possession deep in New Orleans Saints territory, and the Panthers score. On the very next possession, they intercept Drew Brees, and suddenly a team that spent weeks going nowhere, where are they going? Nowhere. They destroyed the Saints, 41-10. And that game became the beginning of one of the strangest late-season turnarounds in the NFL's 106-year history. Carolina won its final 4 regular season games. They finished with a 7-8-1 record. But that was good enough to win the NFC South. Then they win a playoff game. So Colin Cole's signature moment isn't a sack or some spectacular defensive highlight. It's him lying down on the football in New Orleans at essentially the exact moment the 2014 Panthers woke up. So November 13th, 1971, Jim McLeod wins his first NHL game at the age of 34. February 5th, 1983, Michael Ray Richardson steals the ball 9 times in his final game as a Warrior. June 11th, 1990, Casey Candaele unexpectedly goes deep and beats the LA Dodgers. December 7th, 2014, Colin Cole recovers the fumble that helps launch Carolina's bizarre run to the playoffs. 4 players, 4 moments. 43 years from the first one to the last one. And that's 4 more pieces added to the histories of the Blues, Warriors, Astros, and Panthers. And that's Wallpaper 4. I'm Kevin. Thanks for coming by. Like and subscribe. Come by again. Watch another one. I'm here all week.